pro boxing fans, Barry McGuigan, Caroline Dubois, victorious.
Yeah.
Towards the end she was blowing, but that was a great performance by Caroline.
She was pretty tired. She hit the girl with everything. The South Korean was phenomenally tough, but she hurt her a few times with that right hook, and she was picking the body shots. So who in under God would have scored that fight a draw? The South Korean judge was a disgrace. 95-95. He's a fucking balloon. That's what he is, and he should never be allowed to judge fights again. He walked straight past us and over to the Korean corner to congratulate the girl. I mean, come on. And it's these things happen all the time, but we got to stamp out that sort of crap. You got to make sure that whoever is judging the fight, the judges fairly. You're going to bring in a Korean judge and can score a fight like that. She lost 8 rounds, and she maybe won the last and could have shared the 8th. But it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
There was periods in that, I think, middle of the fight, Caroline looked like she was blowing quite heavily.
No, she was never blowing. She was. She only got tired in the last 2 rounds. She'd been blasting everybody out, so that girl could take a great shot. And for us, that was always going to be the danger. A girl that can take the shots early on and come back in the late rounds. But I thought she boxed beautifully. I thought she completely outboxed her 8-2 rounds. And as I say, I only gave her the last one, really. And she showed how tough she was, and she got hit with a couple of good shots, and that girl has a high knockout record. So, yeah, very impressed with her. She's just getting better and better. She's only a child. She's only 24 years old.
Will she be ringside for Terry Harper's fight in Doncaster? Because that's...
I'm not sure. They're on 2 different broadcasters, aren't they? So, not sure that was going to happen. But, yeah, she'd love to fight Terry Harper, but I just think Terry's not... I'm not sure Terry really wants to fight her, but let's hope I'm wrong.
Barry, I do want to. So she said in the press conference that she's not here to take part; she's here to take over Conor McGregor's lines.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there is going to be that taking over very soon?
Without a doubt, she's going to unify all the lightweight belts. I'm pretty sure of it, and she has to. For me, for example, when I fought Juan Laporte, I had to go 10 rounds flat out just to show that I could still punch. He nailed me with a really good shot in the 8th round, and I shook it off, and I came back in the 9th and 10th and broke his heart. But, those are the sort of fights that you have to bare your soul in and throw loads of shots and be tired and show you come back from being tired and do what she did in the last round, be able to exchange and fight on the other girl's terms and still come out on top. She to my mind, she lost the last round. It's not that, it's the way she boxed throughout the fight was very, very sensible for me.
Barry, before I let you go, I do want to ask you about your thoughts on, we've just had the press tour for Eubank Ben. Okay. Obviously you're from that era where you got to see the 2 dads fight. Yeah. What do you make of the 2 sons fighting?
I think it's a great fight. I would pick Ben at the minute simply because Eubank was cracked by Liam Smith, and he was never cracked before, and it's a summary for me. He had a great chin up to then, and then he was knocked out, and it's never quite the same again. I think Ben is a more explosive fighter than Liam Smith. He's faster. He punches hard, but then good big one will always beat a good little one, all those cliches. But I just think I would give Ben the edge. But Eubank's tough.
What do you make of the mind games from Eubank, from the egg slap to threatening Nigel Benn?
I don't add any credence to that whatsoever. It's just bullshit. It's just PR, and it's something that will sort of do something different that nobody else has done, like hit somebody with an egg. It was downright dangerous. Come on, I'm sure the board will pull him over the coals for that you don't do things like that.
And the other big news in boxing, you would have seen yesterday, Turki Al-Sheikh has basically announced a new promotional company with Dana White. Yeah. There's obviously mixed opinions about Dana White coming into boxing because of people, boxers have complained about him in the past. Just want to get your opinion on what you thought of the news when it came out.
I see, that wouldn't interest me at all, because I'm not interested in UFC. If he gets into boxing, well and good, but if he gets into UFC, he wants to take over everything, doesn't he? He's got the money to. So yeah, that's fine, as long as he doesn't interfere, as long as it doesn't he doesn't take his eye off the ball with boxing, because boxing is at the moment is thriving. He's giving these guys fantastic purses and it's great for the kids.
The concept they've got is everyone's going to fight for the Ring Magazine belt, the best five in the division. They're going to keep fighting each other.
Yeah.
Do you like that concept?
I'm not sure that's going to work, because there'll be certain guys that will have been exhausted from certain fights and won't want to have another one like that. So he may have to move the goalposts a little bit in that respect. But the money he's investing is phenomenal, and he's going to get all the fighters going towards him if he's paying that sort of money.
Just a final one for myself, actually. Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk seems to be the talk of the town. There seems to be negotiations happening for a possible fight in October for an undisputed. I just want to ask you, Barry, do you feel like in this fight anything changes with the result?
I think the difference is that Daniel is more experienced. That experience has given more confidence, and he will be a much tougher proposition for Usyk next time around.
Did you make it unfortunate pulling out? You had the bar.
That's unfortunate, but it was genuine. The border control looked at him and said he's not ready to box, and they were right. You can't be putting guys in there when they're unwell, and if they've been unwell for a number of days or a number of weeks, and then they've got to try and get straight into the gym and get themselves back and get themselves into shape. It's too demanding, and it's too draining, and it's too dangerous.
Last one for me, Adam Azim, I've seen today, is number 11 in the WBC rankings. I don't know if you know that or not. They get across the top 15. Dalton Smith's next fight's been announced as well today. He's defending on the 19th.
Yeah.
Is that fight closer now that they're both in the WBC rankings?
Yeah, I mean, when one of them wins a world title, then we'll consider it. We're not stupid. Adam's still developing. He's still getting better. He's only a kid. He's only 22 years old. He's improving all of the time. So we're never going to put him in when he is not fully developed. We'll put him in with Dalton Smith. If Dalton Smith is good enough to win a world title, that's questionable. So if he wins a world title and it suddenly becomes a domestic world title fight, that's a different ballgame. But Adam will probably win a world title before he does anyway.
Interesting.
Gonna go. Thank you very much. Cheers, Barry.